Why aren't you using Hotwire? Okay, first I want to start off by saying I'm not at all affiliated with Hotwire or any sponsor for that much. And the advice I'm giving here is purely because I believe it can be helpful. And I'd like to help people get the most out of their travels and their dollars. You know that piece of advice you give someone and you're like, they're not gonna do it. But you know it's really good advice, and if by some chance they actually did it, they'd probably call you back and thank you. Well, this is that piece of advice. So Hotwire is one of the many third-party booking options out there. It's under the same umbrella along with Expedia, Orbitz, Travelocity, Agencia, and Hotels.com. So really all the same stuff. And if you've used any of these websites, then no need to worry about the legitimacy of Hotwire. You can use Hotwire for booking flights and rental cars, but I believe it's most helpful when booking hotels and resorts. Specifically, I'm talking about taking advantage of the hot rate deals. Now, what's a hot rate deal? A hot rate deal is when you book a reservation based on star rating, location, and amenities for a discounted price without knowing the name of the actual property until after it's booked. This is done so the discounted price won't have to compete with or really even be affiliated with the brand name. But for you and I, the customer, not knowing the name of the hotel before booking might sound scary at first, but in so many instances, it actually makes more sense to take advantage of the discounted price than knowing the name of the hotel that you're actually booking. So first, I'm going to show you examples of the type of savings you can get with using Hotwire hot rates. Then I'm going to give you 3 criteria for when it probably makes more sense to book a hot rate than pay full price. And lastly, I'm going to tell you about one major gripe or complaint I've read and experienced booking with Hotwire, and I'm also going to tell you why it's not such a big deal. Let's get into it. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up in Hotwire and we're gonna look at Hilton Head since I'm familiar with the area and can identify most of the hot rates. And I'm gonna put in dates a couple weeks into the future. And the first hot rate we're gonna look at is the Omni. First, we're gonna look at a couple of the details and make sure this listing has the specific amenities we're looking for. We want a hotel that's actually on the beach. So beachfront and oceanfront are relevant here. And we're going to check the rating to assure it's the hotel that we think it is. And another note, with just a little bit of research, you can usually figure out which hotel the hot rate which you're about to purchase is before purchasing. And lastly, we're going to pull up the Omni website to compare the prices of booking direct as well. And you'll notice that the price of booking directly with the Omni at $235 per night is the same as the normal price of booking on Hotwire. The savings is in the hot rate, which is listed for $164 per night. And now let's look and compare the 1 week totals for each of the booking methods. The 1 week total for booking direct through the Omni is $2,041.43, which is pretty much the same as the 1 week total of booking a regular rate through Hotwire. However, the hot rate deal, which I believe is the Omni, no. You let them know that hot rate right there is the Omni, which I believe is the Omni. You know. I mean, you can't tell them that. You don't know for sure that it's the Omni. It's the Omni. Thanks. Yeah, I think they get it. So anyway, the one that I believe is the Omni has a 1 week total of $1,623.58. So if I'm correct about the hotel's identity, this would be a savings of $417. That's pretty good on a week stay. But you don't necessarily have to stay for a week to see decent savings on a Hotwire hot rate. Very quickly, let's look at another example. Here's the Westin Resort Hilton Head Island, and it's listed for $269 per night. And we'll double check this against the Marriott's website, where it's also listed for $269 per night. But here, there's also a membership rate of $258 per night. And lastly, we're going to look at this hot rate deal for $195. You let them know that hot rate right there is the Westin. Thanks, bro. I mean, I think they get it by now, but yes, thanks for your contribution. Yeah, go ahead, finish up. Yeah, my bad. Okay, let's look at the three totals on a 3-night stay. The Westin is $988.77 as a regular rate on Hotwire. The Marriott membership rate for booking direct is $952.14, just a little over $30 savings. However, lastly, the hot rate deal that, make sure they know it's the Westin. Yeah, okay. The hot rate deal we believe is the Westin. Oh, we got it, dude. It's probably the Westin. Anyway, the total on this hot rate would be $819.80. That makes it $130 cheaper than the Marriott membership rate. If, you're willing to take a chance and book a hot rate. That's the Westin. Okay, so this is just what's available now, but I have personally saved as much as $100 per night on shorter stays, which makes the risk, if there is much risk at all, well worth it. Now, let's get into the 3 criteria for when booking a hot rate may make more sense. The first one is pretty obvious. You don't have anywhere specific to be. It might not be a good idea to book a hot rate when booking a place to stay while visiting for your cousin's wedding, unless you're looking for an excuse to stay at a different hotel than the wedding party. Think about how often when we book trips, we choose a time and place first. After that, it's all pretty much a guessing game based on brand name, reviews, and availability. Unless you have a personal referral. I don't know, sometimes impersonal referrals is trash. Not everybody got the same taste or standards. True. So, moving on to our second point. Number 2, you don't know the area very well. Okay, this is often the case when it comes to doing the tourist thing or vacationing. If inevitably you don't know what you're going to get anyway, why not book based on hotel class, amenities, average rating, location, and not know the name of the hotel and save a few $100s. Number 3, make sure it's a trip that you're not going to cancel. Part of the deal that comes with booking a hot rate is it's non-refundable. Now, this is true for a lot of hotel bookings after a certain point. As a result, I find hot rate deals especially great for last minute bookings, weekend getaways, or booking anything within a nearby 3 or 4 week time span when you're unlikely to cancel. Oh, and quickly, for that one gripe that I've read about repetitively, and it is annoying, and that's when you try to make a purchase on Hotwire just after something is sold out or made unavailable. And for some reason, it lets the pending transaction go through anyway. As a result, your money can be tied up in a pending transaction for 7 to 10 days, and that really stinks. The reason I say it's no big deal, because it certainly is a big deal when potentially thousands of dollars in your bank account could get tied up for this period of time. But this little anomaly is not exclusive to Hotwire, and I've had it happen with both Ticketmaster and Wayfair. So it's just dumb luck, and it's a real drag when it happens to you. However, Hotwire is a legitimate entity, and eventually the pending transaction will fall off and you'll be returned your fund. So that's pretty much all I've got to say. It's just a great opportunity to take care of some savings. Thanks so much for watching. Wait, I said a great opportunity to take care of some savings. Go ahead, finish up. My bad, I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm just trying to help the people out, that's all. You know what I meant. Thanks for watching Fitness and Beer.